Yo, what is up? Today, we're teaching you how to level out the four corners of your Miata after you put your new coilovers on. All right, what I like to do, take my tape measure straight through the center of the wheel, like right through the very middle, and then I see where we hit the fender. So this corner is at 24 inches. Let's go to the next one. So our back right, we are at about, there we go, 23 and a half, about 23 and a half inches. And eventually, you're going to do all four. You're going to make a diagram. So here's our front left, 24 inches. Here's our back left, whatever. So you put all four of them. You draw a picture of your car, top-down picture. It'll make it really easy. So then I can see, like, we'll also want to pick a number. Where do we want to ride? Now this yellow car is riding at 23 inches all the way around. But the white car, we want it to ride just a little higher, just so it's a little easier in the parking lots on the speed bumps. So 23 and a half is what I'm going to go for. So I like this one. This one we're going to go up a quarter inch. These front ones are going to go down a half inch. So let's get the car in the air. All right, once your car's up in the air, please use jack stands. Like, you could just use a jack and do one at a time, but like, let's not risk anything. I don't know. You're gonna need your ice cream scoops. Should have got these when you got your coilovers. We're gonna take a wheel off. Okay, so for my Miata people, these are the Meister R Sportive 2 or something like that. They're supposed to be good for daily driving and not as track oriented. All right, guys, listen up. Class is in session. So I'm gonna try. This might be a little out of order in the video, but the editor version of me is gonna sort it out. It's gonna be really educational. So your coilover has a few parts. You got the piston or the shock. It is a piston. It's like Minecraft, you guys. You have this bigger part. It's here, all the way down. It's threaded, and you have the skinny part, which is this little silver stick that goes up to there. The piston, you can compress it by hand when it's out of the car. It's really easy. The spring is stiff, okay? Now, piston threaded base lives inside of this cuff down here, okay? So the length of your piston might bottom out here, or your piston might bottom out, way down there, or it might bottom out here. You really want your if you bottom out your piston up here, you have wasted space down here where, like, your piston isn't compressing and saving you from the vibrations of the road or whatever. So when you lower your car, the first thing to do is you're going to adjust this cuff, and you're going to get the gap as small as you can until the cuff is bottomed out on the piston base. Okay, we do that on the other corner of the car, and I'm going to show you that now. So we're going to take our little ice cream scoop, and we're going to spin away. So think about physics class when you did a spin. So or for electricity, this is your up spin. No, I'm just being silly. Anyways, we're going to loosen that. We're going to see if the cuff will move up or if we're already bottomed out. Okay, so I loosened that red ring, lifted it way up. I actually took it 1 full inch above the cuff. I measured for 1 inch from the cuff. That way, if I'm able to spin the cuff up, so I would spin the cuff up, but actually I'll spin everything else down. That's how it works, actually. We'll see how much this gap decreases. So let's say by the time I bottom out, if this is now at 3/4 inches, then I know I've reduced the height by 1/4 inch. Yeah, so it's spinning. You can kind of see on the camera. The whole thing is spinning in place while the cuff is staying still. And so, if I'm not mistaken, it's getting shorter. Yeah, definitely. So we were at 24 inches. We want to be at 23 and a half. So we're going till this gap between the cuff and the ring is at a 1/2 inch. Trying to be speedy so you guys don't have to fast forward. I think we're there. Bam! So now, let me flip you around. Okay, so now this gap here, it's only a 1/2 inch. Come on. Yeah. Roughly. And so now what we can do is we've shortened the total length a 1/2 inch. We can spin this guy back down into place, take our little ice cream scoop, right, not the big ice cream scoop, and then we can grab onto there. Whatever. Wait, here we go. Bam! Get it nice and tight, and we're good. We'll put the wheel back on, put the lug nuts finger tight because we might have to do it again. Cool, let's go to the next one. Okay, we are back to the rear shock, a rear coilover. So this one is already bottomed out. This piston is already to the very bottom of this cuff. And what we can do now, we want to go shorter than that. It's still too high. Disregard the numbers from earlier. Trust me, it's too high. Yours is too. I know it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna adjust. This is the spring perch. So right now our spring is like preloaded. So there's no play in the spring. It's slightly compressed because of where the perch is. And we could tighten these way up here and compress our spring by like a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch. We can get it all tight. But the thing is, once you set your car down, I told you the piston, you can compress it by hand. The spring will start to compress. The weight of the Miata is already going to compress the spring like a 1/2 inch or something. You could preload a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch of your spring preload, like get it tight that much already. It should have like negligible effect. Now, if we want to make our car even lower, we can lower the spring perch and sacrifice some of our piston travel, our shock travel. And the spring should act all the same. We'll just lose some piston travel. So the spring is going to perch, instead of here, it'll perch like way down here. And then it'll be loose when we're actually already loosened the cuffs. So check it out. Okay. So once you move your spring perch down, your spring will be loosey-goosey when your car is up on stands. But once your car is on the ground, the piston will compress to the spring, and then the spring will compress the normal expected amount. It's gonna be awesome, man. So we just move this spring perch down by 1 inch or 1/4 inch or whatever height adjustment we're going for. Okay, last thing. When you adjust the spring perch, you gotta hit both of these red nuts at the same time. So you put the little ice cream scoop on the little one and the big one on the big one, and then tighten them against each other, you know, lefty-loosey, whatever. Cool. This corner's done. I'm gonna have to put the car down. Oh no, I gotta take another inch. Okay. Okay, so for moment of truth time, you're gonna put your car back on the ground with your wheels on, by the way. Make sure there's no foam mats or cardboard pieces under a wheel for measuring. And we can do the guess and check part. You may hear a slight click or crunch when your back wheels hit the ground because of the negative spring preload. Is that sus? I don't know. Is it bad? I don't know, dude. I didn't go to mechanic school. Okay. Line her up. That's pretty close. We'll call that 23.5. That's what we want. This guy. Whoops. 23.5. Maybe just a hair over. So let's see. Are we perfect all the way around? Am I that good? Uh-oh. Kind of depends on how exactly I set the tape measure. I think we got it. 23.5. Final one. Just right. Yeah, it's good. So like when I have the tape measure up away from the car, You're reading it as 24, but trust me, bro, it's 23. Okay. Last pro tip for you guys, like let's say you just have to adjust the back. You can put your jack, you can lift on the diff right there. It's really nice. Also, if you're like super cool, you got the jack bar. Oh yeah. Sponsor link in the description. Just kidding. Also, this jack, Daytona, like low profile something, but like when you bottom it out, look at that. It's very, very low. Like, God, it's so nice. Last thing to do, by the way, each corner, put your butt on it, give it a little bounce. Just make sure they're all settled out and then like remeasure. And don't forget to torque your lug nuts, you guys. 90 foot-pounds. Let me hear 16 clicks, okay? You're not driving away until I hear all 16 clicks in the comment section. We're done. Sweet, dude, sweet. I freaking love the little ice cream scoops. I think they're so cool. Kind of want to get like a tattoo. Coilover ice cream scoop tattoo. All right, thanks for watching. Goodbye.